Why do you think people have such morbid curiosities for some of the stories?
If you haven't seen the rest of that clip, definitely give it a watch because I believe that Mrballen definitely hits the nail on the head when it comes to why people are so interested in things like true crime. Though I'd like to more answer this from the point of view of why I think a lot of people enjoy paranormal stuff, whether they actually believe in it or not. Now, I'm sure there is some overlap with what he was saying about it being kind of a safe way to experience things that might scare us. But I also feel like, from the paranormal aspect, those that are more in tune with cryptids and spooky stuff in that sense, that it's a form of escapism. At least it is for me, and I'm going to go out on a limb and assume for some other people it is. Now, I wasn't always into cryptids and horror and all of that. As a kid, it just what really wasn't my thing. I didn't even really like horror movies, and now I have a YouTube channel, a TikTok account, and an Etsy shop all dedicated to cryptids and monsters and stuff like that. And I even have a Mothman tattoo. And I think, at least for me, and again, like I said, it could probably apply to other people. I think it's a form of escapism. I think as I got older and I went to college and I had to start being an adult, like I kind of realized like really this is what life is. Even though like there are great parts of life and I love my life and I wouldn't change too much about it except maybe having a little more money. But I feel like I was kind of let down because as a kid, even if I wasn't into horror, I was into like fantasy. I wanted to believe there is more to the world than there is. And I think that's what cryptids allow me to do because they allow me to think that there's more to the world that I don't understand, which obviously there is. I'm just one person. I don't understand everything that goes on in the world. But even though I know Mothman probably isn't real, Bigfoot probably isn't real, it lets me escape for a minute to think what would the world be like if there were these things that were so fantastic and weird that didn't make any sense. How would that change my understanding of the world? It's kind of like a thought experiment, and it allows me to think differently than just the Monday way that I had to, mature into an adult. I'm sure there's a more coherent way that I could have explained this, but that's just what came off of the top of my head. But I want to know if you agree with that theory that I have, or if you have a different theory as to why so many people are into cryptids and the paranormal, whether they believe in it or not. Because obviously, if you believe in it, it's a little different. It's part of the real world in your mind, but I don't believe in that stuff, but I still love it so much.